You cannot make this up. A principal outside of Portland, Oregon has compared what ICE is doing to the Gestapo in Nazi Germany and George Floyd's death. Yes, I don't know. I was confused when I heard that too. You have to see it to believe it. Let's go. Every day that I see these kinds of videos, ladies and gentlemen, I think more and more that we are in either a simulation or some kind of Truman Show, or that we're all just being pranked, and we're just gonna like our government leaders are gonna come out in 2 years and be like, we've done a 10-year experiment on you guys. It was all a joke, right? Because when you see stories like this, and they seem to come out of states like Oregon all the time, my home state of Oregon, where we're based right outside of Portland, Oregon. And welcome to the channel. Before we go any further, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me at Dave Medina PDX across all social media. But a principal outside of Echo Shaw Elementary, that's in the Forest Grove School District, right outside of Portland, Oregon, just compared ICE doing their job to the Holocaust and George Floyd's death. Yes, I don't know how. I mean, you read that, you're like, wait a minute, how did she connect those? She found a way, ladies and gentlemen. She also said that George Floyd is her friend. I don't know if like he was actually her friend, or she's just saying that to be in solidarity with. Okay, we're not gonna edit that out. You cannot write this, like, you can't write a comedy sometimes better than what these principals, these educators come up with. And you know, if you want a commercial to homeschool your kids, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is who's teaching your kids. And I think that parents in the Forest Grove School District should be lighting up the next school board meeting with this principal. I mean, if my child was at this school and this was my child's principal, what else is she doing at that school? And so I'm going to show you this full, let's play the full, her full speech. Actually, we played only a minute of it online on our socials. Let's play the full speech. Let's watch this in its entirety.
Good evening. Thank you, Mayor and City Council members, and thank you, community, for allowing me to speak. My name is Laura Mannon. I am the principal at Echo Shaw Elementary School. I think my colleagues have already spoken to some of the things we are having to do as public educators, not things we were trained to do, certainly. I would much rather be focusing on curriculum improvement. But I want to speak as a person, not as an educator. I have been a resident of the community for 27 years. I am horrified by what is happening in my community. As a child,
by the way, if you want to know why, you see people do this, right? This is like, okay, so they did this when I was in college, right? Instead of clapping, which is, they say is too loud, and it's sensory overload, right? Because they're raising these kids to be soft, and in college they teach you to snap your fingers instead of clapping. So that's what you're seeing, the snapping of the fingers behind her. Just little side note, that's what they're doing. The clapping is too loud because, you know, we're just shielding our kids from everything today, and everything's just super soft. So we're going to do this when they agree. So that's them clapping. That's like the woke clap right there.
And read all of the stories about the Holocaust, and we are entering similar territory. What ICE is doing is what the Gestapo did in Nazi Germany. And that is not an overstatement. When I see masked people tearing people out of their cars, breaking their windows, sitting on them as if they were, I mean, I felt like I was watching a George Floyd video, except that I now know George Floyd. George Floyd is my friend. This is not okay that this is happening on our streets.
George Floyd is my friend. Like, are these people serious?
Our students, our families, our neighbors deserve to live in peace. They are good people. They're hardworking people who just want to live honest lives. So I encourage you as a city council to do whatever is in your power. We will continue to do what is in our power to protect our families. And so I encourage you to call for the state of emergency and anything else that can be done. Thank you.
Unreal. I'm going to dissect this. piece by piece, because you're going to see how ridiculous this is and how ridiculous what she just said is. First of all, ICE agents have to wear masks because them and their families are being doxxed by the left. You never hear these people talk about them being doxxed or their families being threatened. ICE assaults are up 700%, according to Secretary Kristi Noem, DHS Secretary. That's why they have to wear masks, to conceal their identities, because they're getting doxxed and their families are getting threatened just because they're enforcing our nation's laws. And by the way, a lot of things that she just said was completely false. They're not just going out there sitting on people, pulling people out of cars. They are taking dangerous people, mostly, off of our streets. And people that are, even people that aren't dangerous, that didn't commit crimes, you're here illegally. You are an illegal, you're not supposed to be here. If you overstayed your visa or you crossed over the border illegally, that is literally goes against everything that our country stands for. We have always been a nation of laws, a nation of borders. That's what's made America the way it is. That's why people love living here. Our law and order, right? Our laws, and making sure everybody can chase the American dream. So that's why ICE agents have to wear masks, Principal Lauren. And also, you compared ICE agents and what they're doing to the Gestapo in Nazi Germany. Are you kidding me? Do these people even know what comes out of their mouth? Like, do they even think about the things that come out of their mouth? First of all, Nazi Germany, if you even read just little parts of Mein Kampf, which is Hitler's, journal, diary, his biography, his entries that he wrote, his own book, right? Everybody knows what Mein Kampf is. You really understand exactly how Hitler saw the world, saw Germany's role in the world, and how he viewed everybody else that wasn't German. The Gestapo and Nazis and Adolf Hitler, first of all, they thought that the German race was the superior race. That's how he viewed it. He says it in his book. He looked at the Jews as dogs. He looked at them as not even second class citizens, like the very bottom of the bottom. He looked at blacks that way. And in order to assert their dominance, they believed also in total dictatorship, violent nationalism, where they invaded other countries to push their will on other countries. What is ICE? I mean, is there something I'm missing here? Was ICE invading Canada or Mexico? Or are they just focusing on our nation, getting illegal criminals and gang members and people that came over here illegally out of here? Because that's not the same as what the Nazi Germany was doing. Adolf Hitler and the Nazis were extremely racist. Like I said, they believed that the Jews were falsely blamed for all of Germany's problems and that the existence of Jewish people posed an immediate threat to the future of Germany and the Nazi Party. Can you see any similarities? Do you see how crazy this is? To call ICE Nazis and to call them Gestapo? It's no wonder violent ICE assaults are up 700%. Do you not, can you see now why this is insane? First of all, it's not only Mexicans or brown people or one race being deported. There are many reports of people from Europe, white people being deported, even here in the Northwest. So I'm not really sure if this fits all of those categories we just listed off. Racial superiority, extreme racism, totalitarian dictatorship, violent nationalism. You're going to call our ICE agents the Gestapo that believed in all of that? No, they're enforcing the nation's laws. These people are crazy, man. Do you see how crazy this is getting? And the rhetoric that is being used against our federal law enforcement officers from the same people screaming about defending democracy. It's insane, man. We should be lighting up that school board meeting in the Forest Grove School District. I'm telling you, I'll even show up. We'll figure out when the next school board meeting is and let you guys know. It's just about 40 minutes from us here. Absolute insanity when you actually know who the Gestapo was, who Adolf Hitler was, what they actually believed, and the actions they took to enforce those beliefs. And they're going to force it. Can you just label every police officer that then? Because police officers are enforcing the law in your communities? Is that what you think of every police officer? That's so dangerous and crazy, man. I'm sorry. It's just, you're like, how can these people think that? Years of indoctrination in the education system and the false media. These people sit in front of CNN and MSNBC all day, and they just listen to talking points from the talking heads on there. That ICE is the Gestapo, and Trump's a dictator, and this and that. These people actually really don't know what they're talking about, and they sit there and gaslight us. Oh, I was fascinated by World War II. This principal said, I was fascinated by it. I studied it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You either did, and you have a false view of ICE, or you didn't, and you still have a false view of ICE. It's crazy, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me at Dave Medina, PDX, across all social media. Let me know what you think. Sound off in the comments. We'll see you on the next one.